If you need help using Maschine, I have my video course up on teachable.com and it's entitled How I Use Maschine. I cover everything from how I start a beat to finishing the beat. The link is in the description below, so if you need help with Maschine, go check that out. Hopefully you enjoy the video. What's up, everybody? This is DDS, and today I'm dropping this video for all you guys who requested it. Shout out to everybody that checked out my Logic beat making video. If you have not checked it out, you shall see the link in the description, or I'll put a card up for it as well. It's my first time making a beat inside of Logic and doing a beat making video, so be sure to check that out. A lot of you guys want to know how did I use Maschine and get it routed through into Logic. So that's what this video is going to be about. It was difficult to kind of figure out. I did a lot of searching on the internet, different types of advice and tips and all that stuff to try and figure it out, but I eventually was able to figure it out. I stumbled upon one article, and then it led me to a video, and then the video helped me kind of figure it out somewhat because it wasn't working perfectly how I wanted it to work. So basically what I did was, as you see right here, I have a beat making template. You just go right here, open up the new track, make sure you're on software instruments, go to Maschine 2, make sure you're on the multi-output. If you don't even know how to get Maschine 2 up, you just go down here to AU instruments, go to native instruments, go to Maschine 2, and then you'll see multi-output. So once you click it, click create, you just wait for it to load. Shouldn't take too long. All right, so once you got that loaded up, you just go right here, open up Maschine, and for this video, I'm gonna just open up a little kit that I put together, so that way I don't hold you guys up too long, and I am gonna open up the pattern with it, so that way it will all just be set to go, so I don't even have to put nothing together. All right, so should be a little basic 4 sounds. It shouldn't be too hard to do. All right, so first things first, usually I make my patterns and stuff first. So I have a pattern here. Let me go ahead and play it. Let me mute my tag. I didn't mean to have that on, so I mute that. All right, first things first, you want to go right here, click on your first instrument. Now click this button here. Make sure you guys see that. Change your group's output or your sound output to the whichever number it is in your group. That's what I do, so that way I don't get confused. Like, this could be confusing because I do not have sounds going all throughout it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up so that way it syncs up like that. All right, so like that will be 4, and this is going to be basically your auxiliary tracks. This would be 3, this would be 2, and this will be 1. All right, so after you do that, you can close this out real quick, pull up your mixer, look for this little arrow, not arrow, the plus sign, excuse me, right on the channel where you have Maschine. So since I have 4 tracks, I only need to open up 3 other auxiliary tracks because this one will be used as one. So 1, 2, 3, and that should be everything. Let me play it real quick. And what I like to do is I like to label my stuff so that way I'm not confused about it. So I just hit kick for this. I'm not sure which one this one was. Clap. All right, so now that I got that, I like to actually like turn these down real quick, and this will also show you how it's all synced up. So like the changes you do here will impact how it sounds. So I'm gonna put this at -10, put this at -8, put this at, I don't know, -10, and then put it all the way over here just to be dramatic. All right, so let me play it. I hear the difference already. You want to highlight all of those channels right there, and then from there you go to create track. All right, so everything is up here in your main window. Go back here, open the Maschine back up. All right, so what you want to do is you go over to group, go over to your input, and then change your input to manual, and you leave it like this. And then what you do is you come down here to the title of your group. You're going to right click and then go to group MIDI batch setup and change it to MIDI notes. So once you do that, you should be able to just click here, drag it up, and then boom, that should be your pattern. Let's check it real quick. I'm gonna open up an empty scene, so Maschine is not being triggered right now. So it is routed through here. And what I tend to do is I will build up my beat inside of Logic with the different instruments and whatnot, and then I build up my drum patterns inside of the Maschine VST because I love doing my drums inside the Maschine. I don't even know how you would do drums in Logic, honestly, but I just opened a Maschine. I'm sure I could figure out how to do it, but I'm sticking with Maschine and complete control inside of Logic. So from there, different pattern. That says that was pattern 3. So let's just go say I want to switch to this pattern. You just drag it over here to the, I guess, the playlist, whatever it's called. I'm not really even sure what this main window is called. So from there, actually it just brought up my clap. I'm tripping when I said it just brought up my clap. It brought up my clap because that's the only thing that's in that pattern. So I'm gonna bring up this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and drag it over here. And then it should just play it out from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go like that. Turn that off and just let it play. So yeah, that's how I do it. I know there's other ways you can do it, like you guys could do it this way. I prefer not to do it this way just because I make my beats the way I make them. I don't mix them inside of Maschine, so this wouldn't really work for me. But you can just click on this little wave right here and then drag the sound up here, and I'll put it out as well. But for some reason mine isn't doing it right now, maybe because I changed my settings. Probably has something to do with it, but you would just click on that usually and drag it over there, and then that way it will work. But like I said, that wouldn't work for me. There are other ways of doing this, but this was like the best way for me to do it because I don't mind my drums being grouped together like that, because I put my drum patterns together right here inside of Maschine. So when I move them over, it's pretty much how I want it at that point in time. If I need to make a change, I can always go back and then drag the MIDI back out. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how I routed my Maschine MK3 to work inside of Logic, so that way I could mix my drums inside of Logic. Everything else I built up outside of Maschine. I did my sounds, everything was used with complete control, but when it came to the drums, it was all Maschine. So that's how I got it to work. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you want to know anything else about how I'm using Logic or trying to learn everything about Logic, drop a comment below. I'm enjoying this whole thing of learning a new DAW outside of just mixing, because like I said before, I use Logic to mix but never could get into making beats with it. Like even with this, like maybe you guys can help me with it. Like if I just want to delete this for a second and bring it back, is there a way that I could just have like the clip without having to, like what I usually do is I had the stuff just stacked up over here. It's not gonna let me do it now, I don't think. Well, anyway, even if it does, I had the stuff stacked up right here, started building up over there, then I come back and delete it because I'm taking everything and just going like, let me copy this over here, copy this over there type thing. So maybe you guys can help me figure that out as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, let me know in the comments below. And just so you guys know, I am not leaving Maschine. Some people thought that I was leaving Maschine. I'm not leaving Maschine. I just made a beat in Maschine a few minutes ago, but I just like this whole setup of trying to learn something new. And then on top of that, one of the reasons why I started using Logic was because someone told me that like I was having some CPU issues, using Maschine, where if I opened up a, let's say Omnisphere, if I had 2 or 3 different Omnisphere instances open, it would start like tripping. But I could do that inside of Logic and don't have any issues. So that's kind of why I'm using it now, because I can build better sounds, I feel like, and do a lot more with it. So that's all. But I'm not gonna lie though, I do miss using the Maschine when I be trying to use Logic, like just the Maschine software, because I be flowing through it. But I'm trying to push through and get good at this DAW so that way I can fly through it as well. So I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day. Take care.